We got Lyman Good here on the program. He's going to be taking on Sultan Aliev at UFC 230 on November 3rd. Lyman, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm great, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. First off, just thoughts on getting on this card, fighting in New York, close to home. It must be a pretty, must be like a bucket list thing getting to fight on a big card like this.
Absolutely. I mean, every fighter, I feel like, dreams of fighting in their hometown, and represent. This is also a very monumental place that we're fighting at, considering it's Madison Square Garden. There's been, a lot of history there, and also I'm honored. I feel blessed, and I'm lucky to be able to compete there.
We haven't seen you in the cage since July of 2017. What's sort of been the reason for the layoff? Is it injuries? Has it just been a tough time getting fights booked? What's sort of the reason for the gap there?
After the last fight, I had to take care of some surgeries for my nose. That was a pretty intense war that I went through in that last battle I had. And then after that, I just went back to the drawing board, just working on certain things. I wanted to improve certain areas I wanted to tighten up and get better at, and just biding my time until an opportunity like Madison Square Garden came up.
How tough have these last 2 years been, just from a mental standpoint? You're in the prime of your career right now. You made it to the UFC, and you haven't been fighting as often as I'm sure you'd like. How have you sort of dealt with all that?
I don't look at it as a negative thing. Obviously you want to be as active as possible, so you're out there and you're constantly busy. I feel like sometimes when there's time in between fights, it extends the longevity of your career because you're not going through so many injuries and through so many wars, and you don't put your body through so much. So I feel like part of the extension in between fights has also given me a little bit of longevity, hence being able to fight. I've been fighting already 13 years professionally, so I try to just use the time wisely.
Let's talk about your last fight. I know things didn't go your way in that one, in that split decision loss to Zaleski. What do you take away from that performance that you can bring into this fight?
Oh man, I had a lot of fun in that fight. I think there've been fights that I've won. I feel like I haven't really let go. I feel like in that fight I was able to just kind of let go and just not care about getting hit, getting in there, and just pretty much just getting dirty against someone who's very game, someone who's versatile, and he was a great opponent. So I think that was a lot of fun I had, to be honest, in that fight, even though it didn't go my way.
Let's talk about your opponent, Sultan Aliev. He's got that 14-3 record. How do you feel like you match up against him?
I think it's a great matchup. I feel this is a great opportunity for me. Every opponent presents a different challenge. They bring forth to the table something that helps me to show to the world that I'm capable of dealing with it and capable of overcoming. He brings sort of a wrestling, a sambo style, which I'm prepared for. I've been training very hard against it, and I feel this is a great matchup for me. I'm very excited for it.
And one of the benefits you have on this card is you have a couple teammates on here as well. Shane Burgos, Julio Arce. Like, how much of a benefit is that? Getting ready at the same time as your teammates.
Yeah, man, that's awesome to be able to, to have people on your team being able to fight, at UFC at Madison Square Garden. That's rare, So I'm very thankful for the UFC and Sean Shelby and Dana White for making it happen. It brings a lot of energy on the mat whenever we're training, whenever we're getting ready. There's just an intensity because all three of us are getting ready. We're all fired up. We're feeding off of each other, and we're bringing each other up, every day to just give it our hardest and train hard, give it 100% every single day we train together.
And how's the weight cut going? We got a couple weeks away from this fight. Everything on point?
Yeah, man, everything's on point. I got my gallon jug. I'm chugging water every day, pissing like a racehorse. Everything's right where it needs to be. When it comes to the weight cut, I'm one of the few people that tends to cut a lot of weight, but I've been doing it successful for 13 years already. It's systematic for me. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's just a matter of it being part of, I'm a professional, so it's something we have to do. And to me, it's just systematic. I'm ready. My weight's on point. I'm good to go.
How do you see this fight playing out on November 3rd?
I'm seeing a finish. Seeing a finish in the fight. I don't know if it's standing up or on the ground, but I feel a finish coming. I'm just mentally very, very game for this fight. I feel like the 2 years, to go back and answer one of the other questions you asked, also helped me to kind of get more mentally involved in the fight. You're only as good as you are if your body is prepared, but more importantly, that's only half the battle. Your mind's got to be in it, and I'm definitely in it in this one. I'm excited, and I don't know. I'm feeling a strong finish.
What's next for you after this fight? Like, obviously, I'm sure you want to, get some momentum going, especially on a big card like this. Is the plan to, get in there right away if you come out unscathed?
Yeah, if all goes well, go as planned, and no injuries, I'm looking to get back out there and make up for lost time.
Okay. And we've talked all about your fight career and everything. What about downtime? What do you like doing when you're trying to unwind? I know you're a busy guy, but are you watching any Netflix, playing any video games, anything like that?
Nah, I got no time for that. I mean, the majority of my time is split between either training or running my school. I run a Tiger Showman school in downtown Manhattan. So if I'm not training for a fight, then all of my time is for that, for my students and for all the people that I train there at the school.
Looking forward to this card, man. November 3rd, it's UFC 230. Lyman, it was great getting a chance to finally talk to you, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Yes, absolutely, man. Thanks for having me. You can find me on Instagram and on Facebook at Lyman Good MMA. And my biggest thanks to anyone out there is to Tiger Schulman's, Team Tiger Schulman's, and all the people that put in the time to help prepare us. I want to also thank MMA Fighter Management. I want to thank also NutriBio, Ounce Water, Provere PT for helping me make sure I'm not getting injured and everything. Also want to thank, there's a lot of people to thank. I want to thank my girlfriend, very importantly, because she puts up with a lot. She helps, not get in the way, and she pushes me to do what I got to do every morning. And that's it, man. There's so many people to thank, to be honest. But my biggest sponsor of all is definitely Tiger Schulman's. They're putting in the time to help get us ready.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.